In my lifetime, I have come to believe that the greatest damage that is caused in people's lives is when someone who's a paid religious person betrays or harms them. We go to church for protection and guidance. So it's a tremendous betrayal to create, a wall between an individual and God. I honestly believe it's a bigger betrayal than being harmed by your parents or your family members, because that's what family members do. That's a kind of normal part of being embedded in a family. So that's why I want to encourage so many of you. I just want to acknowledge and recognize the harm that's been done. And sometimes our religious parents can harm us as well. And say that this 12-step program is safe because you get to take what you want and leave the rest. And when you consider the group as a sense of higher power, it means that you have access to the wisdom in the group and that there's safety there. So I just want to encourage anyone who's withdrawn, isolated, trying to do it alone, and say to you, I understand addiction. Addicts isolate themselves and they drive their families into addiction. It's a thing. And just to have the courage to step outside of that isolation and find a group you're comfortable with, try a couple different ones, try until you find a place that feels like a safe haven, and understand that there's healing there. So February 28th, turning over my will and my life to the care of a higher power, the third step, is an ongoing process. At first, I surrendered only the big problems. I felt I had no choice. I was clearly powerless, and my best efforts had let me down. There was nowhere left to turn except to a power greater than myself, who could accomplish what I could not. As my recovery progressed, I came to trust this higher power. Today, I am pursuing a deeper relationship by improving my conscious contact with my higher power. When I face a decision, whether it involves dealing with an alcoholic, accepting a job offer, or making plans for the evening, I ask for guidance. And when I pick up the phone to speak with an Anon friend, I ask that I may serve as a channel for my higher power. I can't always know my higher power's will, but I can seek greater spiritual awareness every day by becoming willing to receive guidance. Today's reminder: faith takes practice. I will include my higher power in more of my actions and decisions today. And then there's a quote. Step 3 suggests I teach myself from this moment on to be receptive, to open myself to help from my higher power. I just would encourage you to remember, if you've been betrayed or harmed by someone who works for a church, that's people. That's not God. That's people. And the interesting thing about it is the way out of that is and the way to healing is through relationships with people. Blessings for your journey.